Alright, so just pulled the cabinet out a little bit so we can take a look at the side art and kind of talk you through how we transitioned this from what was an original Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet into what you see here. So as I said, started out as Mortal Kombat 2, $200 version from Walmart. We had to add a generic riser. Actually, the whole reason we kind of modded this into Michael Jackson's because we also bought this Legacy cabinet. I did not like the riser that came with the Legacy cabinet, so this is the generic riser wrapped with Mortal Kombat 2 decals, and then we took the Legacy riser and we wrapped that using these decals. It's the Michael Jackson King of Pop decals from Gulf Coast Decals. Comes as a kit, $149. You get the riser decals, the side panels, you get the marquee, you get the bezel. We also asked Justin to do a custom cut decal for the control deck, which goes over this arcade modder control deck. And of course, we already had a 3D printed light up marquee from Laramie at Retro 530. Justin just sent a slot in replacement marquee, so we swapped that out for the Mortal Kombat 2 out to Moonwalker, and I'll quickly show you that in a little bit, actually show you how easy it was to pop that out. So as I said, Mortal Kombat 2, $200 cabinet, generic riser, custom decal kit from Gulf Coast Decals, 3D printed lit marquee from Retro 530. That kind of makes up the cosmetic aspects. Then of course, if you're gonna play Moonwalker, you gotta have a banging sound system. So at the top here, we have a nice 200 watt amp. And then these Pioneer speakers are 50 watts each, so that's more than capable of powering those. Get some nice sound. We'll show you some gameplay in a minute and we'll crank it up. As you can see, we also wired up working coin buttons. So if we press that, it pops the coin in. And you can see here, this is a 3-player game, so people will say, well, why didn't you put in a 3-player control deck? Well, this is running a Pi 4 as well, so it does have other games on it. I wanted to just leave this with the 6-button configuration. Makes it most generic to play a range of different games. And I also think that the width of the Arcade1up as standard is fine for 2-player. You're going to be pushing it trying to get 3 people around, so 2-player is just fine for us. Other than that, this is kept stock. It's got the stock screen. Yeah, obviously you need a converter, HDMI converter, to be able to wire the Pi up to that. But otherwise, you know, Arcade1up cabinet, stock screen, everything else is pretty much modded. I will put in a description where we got everything from to make this. Very simple, very straightforward to do. If I can do it, I'm sure you can too. But anyway, let's check out some gameplay of this awesome game. So Michael Jackson's Moonwalker was released on several platforms and was based on the 1988 film Moonwalker, which was, as a kid, one of my favourite films. I loved all of the Michael Jackson music videos, in fact. So the main game that you probably would have played would have been this arcade version, which was released in 1990. There were other versions of this game. I also had this on the Sega Genesis. I believe they released it on the Master System as well, and various other home computer systems. The game does follow the kind of movie very closely. We recently actually picked this up on Blu-ray. I wanted to watch it again. Fantastic movie. I love it. If you love Michael Jackson music, you're going to love the game and the movie. So anyway, let's jump into some gameplay. Alright, so thanks for watching. I think that's about all we've got time for on this session. If you'd like to do this mod yourself and you've got any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe and look out for future videos. Thank you very much for watching, happy gaming, and we'll see you on the next one.